beautiful, like natural. So this was one of those days where I could not get my thoughts together or settle down to make art. I'm feeling scattered and restless, and no wonder, because look at this mess. I have pencils and scrap paper everywhere from messing with my planner. Shout out to the planner girlies. I have old paint water and dirty brushes and crusty paint palettes and whatnot. So I want to show you how I ground and pull my energy together before I start making art. It's a new day, a new week, and we need a reset because for me, visual clutter is very unmotivating. I start out by obviously putting everything back where it belongs, and I have my own system of organization where I can see the supplies because I'm one of those out of sight, out of mind types, and I will forget that I already have something and never use it. I also want to clear out that old, crusty, last week energy by spraying my desk down, really getting it clean, or as clean as it can get, because there are some paint stains that are just permanently in there. I love this method cleaner that smells like lime because anything citrus is bright, refreshing, and cleansing. Another great way to reset is getting some good smells going. If you're anything like me, and have a studio in your home and specifically have it right off your kitchen, it's going to have some smells trapped in there. So this was literally after we made pigs in a blanket in the air fryer, and of course my studio smelled like hot dogs afterwards, so a nice strong incense is in order. This one is a Palo Santo cone, and the smell of Palo Santo is so calming to me. It's earthy and grounding, and if you're a woo-woo crystal girly like me, it repels negative energy and helps to enhance creativity, or at least I hope it does. The next thing I want to do to ground is lay out whatever supplies I'm using for my next project. So even if I don't end up working on this particular project this very day, it's all out on my desk, and being a visual person, it helps motivate me to work on it when everything I need is right there in my face. And another great motivator for me is picking out a podcast to listen to or catching up on a YouTube channel. Usually my top podcasts are paranormal, spooky stories, or art podcasts. And of course, a nice hot mug of fresh coffee is a big plus for me. morrow to you. Here I am back in my studio. It is a different day from the last clip. And I just wanted to update on that gouache painting that I was working on in the paper pad from the last video. And here's how it turned out. Ooh. I don't know how I feel about it yet. I mean, I like how vibrant it is. I like all the colors. Okay, so this is all in gouache, right? And the background, I think when I was working on it, I was going for more of like a solid color, solid Starry Night. But, I mean, the nature with gouache and how transparent it is, wasn't really living up to my expectations. So it's looking, to me, pretty patchy. I mean, I guess I should have laid down the background maybe before I started working on the mountains, but that's what you get when you don't plan something out. But I mean, it doesn't look that bad now that I haven't looked at this in like a week, so no, it doesn't look so bad to me in the, now that I haven't seen it in a while. Also, I started using oil pastels on top of the gouache after it dried, and I don't know what I was expecting, but it didn't come out as vibrant as I thought it was going to be. This is oil pastel, this is oil pastel, this is oil pastel, and the stars over here, yeah, I believe are oil pastel. I think I thought it would have been a little more vibrant because I think I've seen other painters and artists on YouTube, I think, is it Fuzzy Little Peach or something? Or someone like that, like they do the watercolor or gouache paintings first, and then they draw on top of it with like, with oil pastel or some kind of like pastel thing. And it comes out so bright and so vibrant and so contrasty. But that didn't happen, so maybe I should try color pencils with this. Maybe that's what they use. Maybe they use color pencil instead of oil pastel. Or maybe it's the brand of oil pastel that I'm using. I mean, I don't think I'm using a cheap brand, but hang on, let me just grab the one that I use. Okay, here we go. It is the Faber-Castell. These are the oil pastels that I use. It is these. I've never really gotten on, like, I don't really use these that much. And now I remember why. Just kidding. But yeah, it wasn't as vibrant as I thought it was going to be. And oh, this is the gouache that I use. It's Liquitex acrylic gouache. I'm pretty sure it's still available out there. Yeah, so that's how it turned out. That's the update. And I have a long way to go in this paper pad. So this is like, I got this because it was a really long, cool looking shape. So I'll be experimenting a lot more. It's this watercolor sheet that's 6 by 18 inches. So yeah, give that a try. I thought it would be pretty cool for landscapes just because it's like 18 inches long and because of the unique shape. So yeah, if anyone out there is bored with regular watercolor pads or like rectangular paper pads, try out this shape. I think I got this from Jerry's Artorama. I didn't see it at Michael's or anything. So yeah, so that is the update. I think the next one I'm going to try is with the gouache. With the regular gouache, with this gouache, and see, I used this yesterday. I used these in the other clip that you will have seen or will be seeing, is the Turner acryl gouache. And this is half acrylic, I think half gouache. So this one's a little more, this one was way more pigmented and a little more, it's a little thicker. So yeah, but I'm gonna keep using this on that paper pad, and I'm gonna try the color pencil on top of it and see what that looks like, see if I like it better. Good morning, friends. Actually, it's not really the morning. I'm out here at the beautiful Fleischmann Pier, and it's new. See? Oh God, the sun. That's better. Hopefully you can hear me. We got the sounds of the beautiful garbage plant in the back there. Anyway. Oh God, okay. Hello everyone again. For me and my crazy hair, whatever, I'm outside and it's windy, but thank God I have a nice mic set up so you can actually hear this whole thing. Anyway, I'm out here at Fleischmann Pier because it's a super nice day. It's probably it's around 11 o'clock. And this is pretty much where my, a lot of my inspiration comes from my paintings, and I just wanted to come out here and show you, and also to draw all the shapes that I see out here. I get that it's just landscape and stuff. Obviously we have the landscapes out there that I love painting, but there's also like the shape of this railing, the shape of these benches and the walkway, the beautiful garbage plant, the people fishing down at the bottom. I don't know if you can see them. I don't want to zoom in on them or anything. And even like these, the shape of these, it's pretty inspiring. I mean, if you look at a lot of my paintings, there's just a lot of simple shapes like in the foreground, and you know, I want to say, or I want to think that they're just like cool looking shapes in the foreground, but I mean, my paintings are kind of a meld of the different, how do I say this? I love seeing the emerging, not the emerging, what am I trying to say here? The merging of natural landscape and man-made architecture, but not in such an obvious way. I just like the shapes of them, kind of bring them out and simplify them. So hold on, let me turn you around again. Like, sure, like I said, there's all these landscapes, but there's also, I didn't even see that little, what is that? Can I zoom in? Can I zoom? No. That little, what do you call that? That buoy? That satellite? The bridge in the distance? It's all just, if you can kind of like just zoom out, per se, and just make them simple shapes in your painting without them being obviously what they are. Maybe one day I'll find the words to describe this. There's like the trees here, the branches, the bushes, all the beautiful, like natural, organic elements. And then there's that, and there's that thing, which is very cool. So what I actually love about this place is how everything like nature and man-made architecture just kind of merges. They're together, but they're separate, and that's what I kind of love putting in my paintings. Like, you just see all the wild trees and the tangled brush and the branches and the leaves swaying in the wind, and then there's this big block of cement in the middle, and there's this like nice, this, I think it used to be a pier, maybe. It's definitely not natural. It's just, I don't know where I can see it, just over there, over here. And it just all comes together, which I don't really have words for, but it's just like kind of pleasing to my eye, and that's what I'm trying to, I guess, and that's why I paint. I mean, I try to put it in words, but I really can't, and I guess that's why I paint. That's why I make art. Because I'm more of a visual person than a, you know, than a talk about it person, I guess. Okay, as you can see, I've decided to change it up, and that really is the beauty of acrylic painting. You can change your mind and you can just paint over everything you hate. Let it be said that you can absolutely change your mind and rework something that you hate. And you know what? I gave it a good week. I didn't touch this painting. I let it sit here, and every day I kind of looked at it and I was like, you know what? More and more, I don't like it. And here we go. If you don't like something, you can change everything about it and no one's going to stop you. So to finish out this vlog, I am going to talk about something that I have a lot of experience in: rejection, particularly in the art world. I was listening to this podcast recently given out by an art gallerist, I'm not going to say who, about how to manage and heal from rejection in the art world. And I thought it was pretty surface level. It didn't go that deep. I mean, this podcaster is an art gallerist, not an artist, so they've probably had to do more of the rejecting than being rejected. So the tips were pretty surface level. I decided to make up my own list for the rest of us. So number 1, it's not you, it's them, and their personal bias preferences. While I'm sure that people that handle the submissions want a well-rounded group of art for their gallery or their art show, they have the art that they like and dislike. I can't imagine them seeing a submission and being like, wow, I hate it, let's put it in the show or in the magazine. You have the art that you also like and dislike, so take their rejection with a grain of salt. Number 2, realize if you do like your own art, you will continue to make it. And there you will find the people that also like it and appreciate it for what it is. If you don't like it, number 3, try something new. If you are making art and you don't have your own style yet and you really don't like how anything is turning out, try something new or get away from your art and your style for a week. Try a different art style, try a different medium. I do it all the time. Like, I'm trying out gouache right now, and I'm not sure, it's a love-hate relationship, but I also have to work with it for a long time, for a while, for me to get anywhere with it, just like with anything else. You'll know if your current art style is for you or if you love something new. You will not know until you try it. Number 4, know if your current work is right for what you're applying for and tweak accordingly. To go back to number 1, I make abstract landscapes, abstract work. That being said, if you make abstract art and you decide to apply for a portrait open call, you're probably going to get rejected because it's not going with what they're looking for in the first place. Tweak accordingly, or you don't have to tweak accordingly. You can just say, this open call is not for me, and go find something that goes with your art. Number 5, get away from art at all for a week. You can take a vacation from the art world. You can just try crocheting or pottery if you're a painter. You can decide to, play basketball for a while. Just do something different that is not art. Don't go to art museums. Don't look at art. Don't look at art on social media. Look at something else. Look at fashion. Look at baking. I don't know, just get away from it. And then once you go back to it, you'll kind of be refreshed. And if anything, for me at least, when I get away from it for a while, I always feel that call back to make art again. Number 6, change your mindset with the rejections. If you look up the 100 Rejections Project, I'm sure every artist has heard of this. I think a person decided to get 100 rejections for a year, like they were shooting to get rejected. So, of course, that means they're applying to at least 100 open calls and open submissions. And I don't even think they got 100 rejections because they got a lot of acceptances. So, I mean, it's just about changing your mindset. That's if you want to continue applying. Number 7, clean your studio and refresh the place, just like I did in the beginning of this vlog. Personally, I also like to burn creativity candles in a new or full moon, but that's not for everyone. What matters is you set your intention to get creative and kind of just clean out your brain jar and make room for something new. Okay, that was weird. Number 8, you can make or start your own opportunities. I've heard of people that rent out places if that's available to you, and have their own art shows, or they get together with some of their friends and have their own art show somewhere, even in the garage of their house or something like that. Make your own opportunities. Number 9. Now, this is kind of like a reverse thing. Pretend you were the juror for that open call that you were rejected from, and select a specific number from your, like, maybe Instagram artist followers or following, and you'll realize that you rejected a bunch, and ask yourself why. Put yourself in the juror seat. Number 10, realize that other people were just a better fit or further ahead of you in art, and that's okay. You can leave it at that. Move on. There will always be people better than you at whatever stage you're at. And by better, I mean in, I don't know, skill, in execution of that art style, or they've sold more work, they've been in more gallery shows, whatever. There will always be someone ahead of you, no matter how far you get. It sounds a little harsh, but it's pretty much true with everything in life. You can take this opportunity to enhance your skill, take a class. If I had a Skillshare sponsor, this is the part where I drop in that ad. Just kidding. But yeah, take this opportunity to get better if you want to get better. Take classes, go on the old YouTube and go to YouTube University. And if you want to make your art better, go out there. This is an opportunity for you. If you are a small artist and you are not well known yet, this is the time for you to really play around and figure out your art style while no one's watching. Because sometimes when there are more eyes on you, it's a little more rigid. It's a little harder to break out of that. So that's the list. And the biggest takeaway is the only way to heal from art rejection, and there will be a lot, is to keep making what you like. Keep making what you love, and the only way to find out what you like is to actually do it and keep doing it. And there will be people out there who will also like it and who are also into what you're making, and they'll want that art for themselves. And with that, I am signing off. I hope this list helps someone out there who is dealing with all kinds of rejection, especially from the art world. My voice is just starting to go, so I'm going to sign off. And thank you for watching. If you liked what you watched or heard, and give me a like or a subscribe, and especially subscribe if you want to know if I ever finish any of my art projects, which I probably won't. Thank you again for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.